Yeah. Hey. Yeah, I'm in the building. Sorry I missed y'all last week. It was a long weekend. I had a good time. We're going to talk about all that. Just so that you know, right now in New York City, it's 80 degrees. It's sunny. It's a little bit muggy. But it's a nice time in New York City right now, just to let y'all know. Big shout out to all y'all on the LIE. I know what's happening. David Pratt, what's up? He said, what's up, Sammy? Big shout out to David Pratt in the building in the chat room right now. We getting started. Things were a little crazy this week, especially in hip-hop. Things went down. And we're going to talk about all that. Once again, I'm sorry if y'all missed me last week. Last week, we could not be on. A lot of things happened. I was DJing a wedding. Jeff had work business to do. Robin had work business to do. And Sammy's in Puerto Rico. So we're going to get it started. Oh, I got a Facebook notification. Hold on. What's up, Ellie? My man Lays Elliott is in the building.
Mariana, what's up?
Mariana, what's happening?
Colorado.
Loveland, Colorado. That's some name, Loveland.
Oh, yeah. I hope there's a lot of love over there.
Yeah, apparently I like Loveland.
Lays in the building. What's up, Lays?
Gladys Torres. Hi, everyone. How you doing, Gladys? Good to see you.
Good to have you with us, Gladys.
Ellie says, ka, 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 ka.
I hope y'all ready for it today.
We got a lot to talk about. And I'm sure on one subject, Lays will probably definitely call in.
All right.
Because I want to talk about that. There's no way I could do this Lots of love, lots of love. She says lots of love in Colorado.
Oh, I'm about to come to Colorado. I need some love in my life.
Good to see you guys, too. Yeah, it's great. Thank you, Gladys. And I'm sorry we were off last week, but we had a lot of things going on. And I'm going to hit the button.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yep. Once again, welcome to The Real Discussion with Rock Logic, Gary D, Robin, Rocky D, and Jeff. Rocky D's not here today because Rocky's in Puerto Rico on vacation. Robin's got some work stuff to do, but I got Jeff in the house and I got Gary Fax in the house, and it's on and popping.
That's it.
There was no way. Mariana says, come visit, Jeff.
Oh, I'm coming.
So there was no way
coming.
I could not do a show today. First of all, I apologize for last week, because last week I was DJing a wedding for a couple of friends, Rachel and Howard. Congratulations to Rachel and Howard for getting married.
Congratulations. Give them a round of applause.
Yes, indeed. Ellie says, I'll be in and out. I'm making dinner. Hey, Ellie, what's for dinner, mama? What is for dinner, Ellie? I want to know what you're eating.
All right.
Word up. This is The Real Discussion with Rock Logic, Gary Fax, Rocky D, Jeff, and Robin, as usual.
That's it.
Glad to see y'all populating the chat room. And once again, I'm sorry that I missed y'all last week. There was a lot going on for the kid.
All right.
I got a Facebook notification.
Shout out to William Soto.
Yes, William Soto. Straight out of Guatemala's in the building.
All right.
Guatemala's in the house.
International in this bitch.
Absolutely. Good to see you again. Thanks, Will. That's Willie right there.
All right.
He is also a doctor.
Oh.
Listen, he helped me through them kidney stones.
Oh.
1, 2, 3, and yeah.
All right.
What's up, LaFonda?
LaFonda in the building.
I'm glad to be back. Let me tell you, it was a lot going on, man. It was a lot going on. Last week I had to DJ a wedding with my man James Lucas and Javid and Burns, and we were the crew, and we did this wedding out in Philly. So we couldn't do the show last week because really none of us was here. Rocky's on vacation in Puerto Rico. He's calling me every morning from the beach. I'm jealous. I think I'm gonna play a video. He sent a video, and I'm gonna play a video. He's in the water, and I'm like, you know what? I was looking for a shark to eat his ass, right? Because I was so jealous. I'm like, you know what? He's like, I'm gonna swim over here. You know what I'm saying?
Don't eat him all the way. Nip him a little bit.
Yeah, because we need him back. No jaws. Hey Ellie, I'm saying, what's for dinner tonight? You making dinner? I want to know what's for dinner. So this week, I mean, you must just kind of get into it, right? Because things went on this week that just were ungodly, right?
Absolutely.
And
yeah.
You know, I'm sure by now all of you are aware of the Versus incident. And I'm going to call it an incident because it was an incident. This was not a concert. This was not a show. This was an incident, right?
An incident. All right.
Where the Locks and Dipset, with Cameron and Jim Jones and Jules Santana, they were on the stage. And first of all, I want to put in a disclaimer. I have respect for both groups.
Absolutely.
Both groups are very talented.
Absolutely.
Right? And they made their bones. They've made their records. Now, with that being said, I'm focused on one night. And that one night was in Madison Square Garden where the Locks tore a new asshole in Dipset.
Absolutely.
Hold on, Lays is calling early. Hold on.
You see?
Oh, Lays calling early. Hold on, Lays, let me connect you. Hold on for 1 second. Yeah, because I you know, and you know, you can't help but talk about this because it was rough. You know what I'm saying? And,
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, it was. Hold on, I got you. Hold on, wait.
I was a bit nervous.
I'm putting you into the. Lays, you there?
Yeah, I'm here, man.
There you go. Lazy Lays, world famous MOP in the
What up,
building.
Lays?
Yeah, what's up, man? Jeff? How you
Add
doing,
some
man?
nomenclature to this topic for us, man.
Yeah, listen, first of all, I want to say that I had intended on going home and getting on my Roadcaster and getting comfortable. You know, I don't drink bourbon. I'm bourbon for at least weeks. You know, the doctor told me. You know, my A1C was just a tad bit high. It's over 6, so I was like, you know, let me just calm it down a little bit.
Is in here?
So, hello?
Yeah, we there. I got you.
Okay.
Yeah. So I had to chill with the bourbon this week, but as I'm laying off the bourbon, I'm sitting there, and it makes you more analytical. You know, the bourbon smooths The bourbon smooths me out, and I watched this debacle.
They watched this debacle, okay.
This debacle and this masterclass.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
The masterclass by Jadakiss. Shout out to Jadakiss first.
Yeah,
of all.
no doubt.
Right, absolutely. Good job.
Because what he did was he drew a demarcation line in between what a real MC is and what posers are.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as much as I love Cameron, and first of all, Jim Jones should never even be rapping. First of all, he shouldn't be rapping.
We're starting early.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah. No. Because Jim Jones is a great poser, but he's not a rapper. It's what it is. I'm not trying to say Jim Jones is a bad guy.
Right. No.
And first of all, I love Freaky Zeke. Zeke is, I don't even know. Zeke is a real dude, like a real, like I know Zeke from early, like late 80s kind of guy. Like Zeke is really a stand-up guy.
Right.
But they should not have been on that stage. They were dismantled as a crew.
Right.
And we've exposed the posers. And I'm so glad because New York City, being the mecca of hip-hop, has to stick to the script.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We got to stick to the script. It's got to be about MCing. It's got to be. First of all, shout out to their DJ.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he was,
being on point, yes.
The DJ.
Tech was on point.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
He showed you what a shit. Because there are differences. Like there are show DJs and there are like DJs that do tricks and all that kind of stuff. He showed you how to put on a show as a DJ. Now Rock knows this. Rock knows we go through sets, we do stuff, and we know sometimes we don't let songs go on for the whole song. We throw in joints, and then the artists get busy, and that was just a command performance. You knew they rehearsed.
Right.
Now I talked to Dame Dash right after that because Dame's a friend of mine, and I said they really needed your guidance. And this shows you. This shows you. Listen, there's so much. Okay, I'm gonna let you guys finish unpacking it, but there's so much that was gone there. Like, it had Dane been involved in camera, you understand why coaches are involved. Like, they don't let the basketball team to go out there and play basketball without a coach. You need a coach. Mm-hmm. Rappers, shout out to all the rappers out there. Get yourself a coach.
Absolutely.
Like when it comes to doing MOP shows and stuff, guess what? I'm coach.
Right.
So when they start to do crazy stuff, that's why the shows are always good. You know why they're always good? Because they got a coach.
Right.
Somebody's going to say to them, no, we're not going to play the B cut off a song that you did that nobody knows, and we're not going to do 6 verses of that song. No, we're going to do the hits. We're going to bop out the hits, and then we're going to showcase your artistry, and we're going to put them in the order that's winning. There's so much. There's
a lot going on.
There's a lot going on, but it was a great night for hip hop. First of all,
it was awesome.
It was a great night for hip hop because hip hop was put in its place. I didn't hear any drill music. I didn't hear any trap music. Mm-hmm. I heard just an MC obliterate. I haven't seen that since KRS-One. An MC come out there and obliterate his competition.
A whole crew.
I mean, that
is from the ilk of Cool D, Busy B, the smashing. That is the smashing of KRS-One, PM Dawn, or the Bridges Over at Union Square. Shout out to Jody. Shout out to Jody Side from the Shadow. Because I had her on the Raw Perspective this week, and we talked about that. But anyway, so Rock, here's the deal. I'm gonna let you get back to your show because I don't like to take over the show. But let me just say this to you. Shout out to Jadakiss, D-Block, The Lock. Shout out to Dipset too for showing up. You got to give them a shout out for showing up.
Yeah.
But
everybody gets a trophy.
Absolutely.
Everybody gets, it's 2021. Everybody's getting a trophy now. Participation trophy goes out to Dipset.
Right.
They get the participation trophy. But the masterclass goes to Jadakiss and The Locks for doing what they do and realizing that they got hits. When they played New York, their New York song, and then Jadakiss played his New York song, it was ridiculous.
Absolutely. Yep.
Okay, I'm not giving it all away. Rock, this is your event. So listen, Rock, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna listen to the show because I'm a big fan of the Real Discussion. So you guys get back to what you do. All I'm just saying to you, I know everything was going on. I feel it in my soul. It was everything that needed to be. And I don't go to sleep late anymore. but I stayed up till the last record was played.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
It was that
They
kind of
had
show.
all the elements.
Mhm.
They had the arbitrary white guy saying he's going to shut it down if they don't clear the stage. It was hip hop at its finest. It was just so much. Okay. I'm not pointing anything out.
Lays. I gotta say something before you step out. I've been seeing on Facebook, people have been posting up. What about Locks and MOP?
I would never do the Locks. MOP is not a versus group.
Okay.
And let me tell you why. Because our music is so concentrated to our audience. that people wouldn't get it. It's all about our live performance. That's all it is.
Okay.
And
Makes sense.
it would, MOP is not a Hot 97. See, Locks is a Hot 97 group.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? MOP in the Locks in Berlin, Germany, or deep in Brooklyn.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then it's a fair fight.
Yeah, MOP, because we don't have, there's no girls really gonna like the MOP show. You know what I'm saying? It's just gonna be just brutal obliteration of just a live performance.
Alrighty then.
Right.
And listen, I'm for the smoke, but Locke understands. It's like, okay, why don't we put the Locks out there with Megadeth? It's just not gonna make sense.
Right. That's right. Yeah. Mhm.
The Locks and Guns N' Roses. It doesn't make sense.
Right. Yeah. There's no comparison. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely. Two different stadiums.
It's two different things. Two different animals. But the Locks and Dipset was perfect because they're both vying for basically the same audience.
Right. Hot 97 group.
Yeah, that's not MOP deal.
Yeah,
But
not at all.
you know what? But I love the Locks and shout out to Jadakiss.
Yeah.
Because he masterfully dismantled
Yes, he did.
Yes.
a functioning rap group. He dismantled.
Wow.
He dismantled them and then
Right.
All right. I'm gonna get out of here. And I love Cameron. First of all, shout to Cameron. Cameron had a lot of weight on his back that day. He was trying to hold it down.
Absolutely.
Cam was trying to hold it down, but Cam's crew is as strong as the Locks. The Locks is a crew.
Yeah, 100.
Yeah, brotherhood, definitely.
Is a guy, and he's like, no, we got this thing popping, so let me let my homeboy rap.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
That's true.
The Locks was a unit.
Yeah.
Right. The Locks, you could tell the way their background's working, the way they were in sync in their rhyming. If you go see MOP perform, you'll see that the group is in sync.
Right, with each
Even
other.
when Rock's out there, when Bill and Fame, when me out there, there's points in the show where the group is in total sync.
Yeah.
So it's a different kind of animal. You have to be in sync. The Dipset wasn't in sync. They were like guys in Miami that came back to get a check. It wasn't like,
Yeah.
come on. Jadakiss had on Tim's. He was like, listen, let me show you what New York is really all
New
about.
York, definitely.
Right. Which was beautiful.
And we had to do that because we had to set the tone for the rest of the country because the country sometimes gets confused on what hip hop is about.
Right.
Point.
So they had to set the tone. And can I get some applause? A proud day for New York to see that go down. And Cameron is a G, by the way.
Absolutely.
Cameron is a G, and they
Absolutely.
needed Dame Dash because Dame Dash would have not let him go out there so unprepared. Shout out to Dame Dash.
Word up.
I'm going to go. Hey, Rocco.
All
Yeah.
right, I appreciate you, Lace.
Yeah. All right. I'll talk to you guys later.
All right. Wow. That's my man Lazy Lace from MOP.
Yes, what's up, Lace? Definitely. I want to give a shout out to the chat room.
Yep.
Toya, welcome, Toya.
Hey, what's up, Toya?
Cherry Rouse
Yeah, what's up?
and Tona Courtney, welcome to the chat
Cherry
room.
now, Tony. She says hello, loved ones. What's up, Tona? So here's the deal, right? Because it was. I want to kind of just talk about the beginning of the show when what's his name came out to announce the show. What's his name?
Michael
Buffer.
Buffer.
Yes, Michael Buffer comes out right now. Obviously, he has not heard of anybody he's reading, right?
Right.
He's got the thing. He's like, and we have Dipset, right? And Jadakiss, the Logs, right? And what was so crazy about that, so they got this guy, right? They got this white guy. He's in the middle of this hip-hop melee that's about to happen.
Right.
And nobody cares that he's there. Like he can't even get his intro off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's trying to get his intro off, and then Jadakiss just comes out like, ah! right? And he's all on it. And
They should have had Snoop Dogg do it.
Yeah, it would have been a level of respect,
Right.
if they'd have had Snoop do it, right? They'd have been like, "Yo, let Snoop, say what he's going to
He's the
say.
Godfather. Let him
He
do
got
his thing.
that. We good." No, they had Warren Buffett come out, and it was a disaster from the beginning, right? I was like, "Why is this guy coming out announcing? Listen, if he's not going to say, 'Let's get ready to rumble,' which is all he should have said,
Right.
by the way,
Right.
then that would have been cool. But that looked crazy, and he looked mad out of place too. Like,
Yeah,
okay,
he looked uncomfortable.
right? Because once everybody started coming out, he's looking around like, "Oh, I didn't sign on for this shit." Right? So I remember that moment. The next moment that I remember was I don't know if he was doing his best Scorpio from Grandmaster Flash posing thing that Scorpio does, but
he was doing some idiotic shit.
right. But at one point he just leaned back and his stomach was poked out to the crowd. He was like,
I think he was high.
yeah, I don't know what that was, but it was way out of place for the situation and the tone that Jadakiss had set.
Right.
Jadakiss came to rap, right?
Yes,
he came to
handle
spit
his
some
business.
bars, right?
Absolutely.
So if you're going to do your thing, you better
Absolutely.
be spitting some bars. Jules Santana, once again, big shout out to Jules, right?
Yep,
and I'm
yep,
only
yep.
talking about the situation that night. It was very bad, right? It looked like they peeled Jules off of the street and was like, "Come on, we got a show to do," right? And that's kind of how it was all assembled. Like, I don't even think that they were together in New York trying to rehearse.
No.
I think they basically met at the show.
Yeah, I think they met at the show.
Right?
Their outfits are not in sync. They look like they're from 3 different, cities, 2 different weathers, 3 different time zones.
Right.
Jada even called out Cam and is like, "Yo, you live in Miami."
Right, yeah. He was like, "Yo, you remember?"
You're not in New York anymore.
Yeah, he called him out.
Which was really crazy. And I just remember just watching this moment in hip hop history, which was a disaster, right? But it was beautiful because it let you know, and all you guys that are making that trap music and all that stuff and drill music, nothing against you, but what you saw was real MCs
Hip-hop, yes.
going at it, real hip hop. Even Cameron and Jim Jones and them, right? They can rap, they're real MCs.
Right.
But Jadakiss and his crew was a working unit, right? And they put on a show, and people came to hear them rap, and they rap. And then when he did that freestyle,
Yeah.
That's where it's at, bro.
over the Biggie beat,
That's where it's at.
over
bro.
Who Shot You,
Yeah.
and he said, "You're the dick, and you're the pussy, and you're the neighbors," right?
Yeah.
Then stopped the record,
Yep.
brought it back again, and then said it again so that the audience could chant it.
Right.
This was masterful,
Yes.
right? Not only did he
It brings chills, you saying that. I'm just reminding the kid.
like not only did he out rap them, he
Yeah.
out snapped them.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like his snapping game was so crazy because he was like, "Man, I ain't never gonna let nobody with no leather pants beat me," right? Now up until that point, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I was kind of feeling Jim Jones' outfit. I was like, "Yo, that's a dope outfit." When he said that, I was like, "I'm getting my Timbs out." Right? Like it was a whole thing, and poor Jules Santana looked like a shell of himself. Like
yeah.
you can obviously see that there might be some substance abuse going on there. I don't know.
He looked like a child. You know when a child is like building a tent with mad clothes on and stuff like that.
Right.
A lot of sheets. And then you pop in and then he looks like the kid's peeking out under the...
Right.
I mean, all those clothes that he had on, I know it's probably collectively worth like thousands of dollars.
Right.
But he looked like a pile of old clothes.
Right.
Know?
And wasn't it hot? Wasn't it hot that day? Wasn't it hot in the garden?
I'm sure. You know? So,
Word. I'm surprised he didn't pass out from heat exhaustion.
right. I mean, he had to take all that off eventually, you know?
Right. And that's when I actually knew it was Jules Santana. Other than
Right.
that, I saw a nose poking out from under a weirdo hat.
He looked like a child, you know,
Yeah.
who don't know what to wear. And you wear everything.
Yeah, and some stuff you just don't wear.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that hat with the long ears. I don't know what that was. I saw it was Louis Vuitton, but you know what? Even Louis Vuitton can make some bad shit. You know what I'm like?
Absolutely.
And I think it was modified Louis. That's all I'm saying. I don't think Louis Vuitton would even make that.
Shout out to Tatina Richards and Sam Ruiz says,
Yeah, that's Rocky D.
"What's
Rocky,
up?" Rocky said that you keep losing the show.
You know why you keep losing the show? Because you're in Puerto Rico and you got bad internet.
No, actually, a couple of people messaged said they have an internet.
Too much
trouble.
Oh,
mimosas.
word? Are we dropping?
Yeah, we are.
Are we dropping?
It says that we are dropping frames.
Really? Let me see. Where's that at? I don't even see the message that we're dropping frames. I hope we're not having an internet problem. Remember we had that bomb scare that they shut the internet down and we got
When was
jammed?
this?
That was 3 weeks ago.
Yep.
3 Saturdays ago.
Really?
It was crazy. Yeah.
I must have been under a rock.
Yeah, you missed that one. I missed that show, but that was an incredible show. It was a wonderful show.
Absolutely.
I thought it was great. At one point, it was like a silverback gorilla had slashed him across the back, and Freaky Zeke, right, is running across the stage just screaming. He's like, ah! No lyrics.
I don't know what the hell.
It was absurd.
I think that.
Yeah.
I mean that event really raised the bar, or I should say, raised the profile for Jada. There's been always the discussion in hip hop about Jada's skill.
Right.
Right? Not that he's, everybody knows that he's a dope rapper. He got bars.
Right.
Right? Now it got put out in front of the world. So Jada's stock shot up.
Right.
Now it's like,
Absolutely.
I see people posting in all the hip hop groups now.
Right.
Jada's in their top 5.
Right.
Cats are making posts like apologizing.
Right.
Like, damn, Jada was in my top 20, but after verses, he's in my top 5 now.
You can't deny it. You can't deny, you can't deny the work ethic. You can't deny. I mean, the Locks period, if you've been, looking at them, they have been on their health tip, they have been on, community, giving back, paying it forward, and they've been doing the right formula for themselves, and they're the people, you've seen them collectively build and individually build. And then when they come back together, like you've seen the stage presence, like we just said, you've seen the in sync with them, you've seen the brotherhood with them, so it's okay. And when you've seen, Jadakiss, being the dominant speaker, everybody else just came around him, Sheik Luch, they came around him and supported, his energy. While when you see, Dipset, it looks like Jim Jones looked like he didn't have a real space.
Yeah.
It looked like he regressed to being, Cameron's assistant. You know what I'm saying? He regressed to being the new kid. This is body language I'm talking about now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, he's coming next to, Cam while he's rapping. He's trying to do the ad libs and stuff like that. But you don't see any dominancy with the Dipset. You don't see any coercion. Cohesion, with them, but in with the Locks, the body language definitely, and I put it down to spiritism with them, how they are, their frame of mind, and
how they move,
and they came for a battle. You know what I'm saying? Well, and I think is that to add on, I seen an advertisement where they put the Locks as on tombstones, right? So I mean, if you're gonna do it like that, prepare for a battle.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people forgot that, they think versus it's called versus, damn it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I think versus because people that like Brandy and Monica, that wasn't really a versus. That was a combination. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Some
verses that we see was more of a collaborative effort because the two sides don't want to appear opposing.
Right.
But this right here, hip hop, it's an opposing. This is a sport. You know what I'm saying? This is a lyrical sport. So if you're gonna come here and think camaraderie, you can be camaraderie afterwards, which they did that at the end.
Right.
So don't
Styles
get it messed up because we're all brothers over here. We're all cut from the same cloth. But this is a battle. You know what I'm saying?
I just want to mention something about Styles P and the fact that you saw the Locks because Jadakiss obviously lost some weight. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And big shout out to Styles P because Styles P has a juice store.
I was just gonna talk. Yes.
Right. He has a juice store or something going on.
Right.
Where you know what? That should have been an advertisement for his juices.
Absolutely.
Right. Absolutely.
If those juices could do that, right? I mean, I want to drink a gallon of that shit a day.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? If I could start rapping like Jadakiss by drinking Styles P's health juices that he's got going on, then I want to drink a gallon of that a day. Because first of all, they looked great. They looked like they were fit. And I mean, Jada, he sparked up a joint on stage and everything, but they really looked good. You know what I'm saying? Their posture was right. Everything about them was really. And big shout out to Styles P because send me some juice because I want some juice.
Yeah.
What I wanted to touch on, Lays said something very important about a coach, right?
Right.
The Locks has D in their corner, D from Rough Riders.
Okay.
Right? That's their manager.
Okay.
So, and that's been their manager from day one. So, and I'm sure, D, he doesn't want any credit, but I mean, from the beginning, even when they were signed to Bad Boy, D was the manager. So you're talking about the right guidance, right, with a good coach / manager,
to set the play,
to set the tone. So now for Lay's talking about Damon being in Dipset's corner, I think that would have been great.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
That would have been great.
Yeah, and Damon's very blunt. He's like, nah, B, nah.
Exactly.
Nah, B, we're not doing that.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
It'd have been like that. Like, it would have been on and popping.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
And there was no coordination with Dipset. It's like y'all was saying. It's like they flew into New York for a check.
Right.
Yeah, it was terrible.
And that's it. Whereas Locks, they came to battle.
Right.
Then that's what it was.
And with the verses, I understand why Timbaland and Swizz came up with it, where you have opposing artists, they're singing their tracks.
Right.
But the history of battling, if you get into a hip hop artist,
that's what it's about.
Dude, it's Jada showed this is what it is.
Exactly.
Big shout out to Walter DJ G-Man Burks. He says, DJ G-Man in the house.
Yeah, that's my homie over there.
And Tina Leader Willis
Yes.
is in the house. Big shout out. Welcome to the show.
So the versus battle, that shows what hip hop is about.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah, it is.
Jada took it right there.
I loved everything about that shit.
He took it right there. Right. So I think even for future verses, this is how hip hop artists gotta come.
You know what? I can't go ahead. Talk, Jeff, because I can't do this without Robert.
We have to definitely take that into account, because look at the first I guess the most highest show is the one.
Oh, Lay's coming back.
Lay's call. Okay.
Hey, Lays, what's up?
Lays.
Oh wait, hold
on. Make sure it's read.
No, got him. Yeah. Hey, Lays.
No,
they're not coming home.
Yeah. So.
Oh, it might have been just a speed dial thing.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
With that being said, what were we talking about? I got lost a little bit paying attention to the board.
We're talking about the locks and the versus battle and how.
Yeah,
early verses.
Look at early verses. Look at the one with Bounty Killer and wow.
Was it Sean Paul?
No, it wasn't Sean Paul. Definitely not. No disrespect. This is a high class man too. But the one that they did with the dance hall one.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Right. So Beanie Man. Right.
Oh, right.
Beanie Man and Bounty Killer was a very very high viewed thing. Right. Why it was successful? Because in dance hall they have something called a clash.
Yes.
A sound clash.
Right.
And they follow that same formula.
Yeah.
Yes, you're gonna take two opposite sides behind the scenes, your brothers and stuff like that. But a sound clash is what it is.
Yeah.
We're clashing songs, we're clashing words, and it's a lyrical battle.
Right.
So that same formula is kept. We've seen that back in the locks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hip hop, underground hip hop starts with battling. How do you hone your skills? You battle. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that is re-represented on that stage.
Oh, absolutely.
And I think it's great for hip hop. I loved it because this is the music that I love. The new music right now, I'm just really putting my ears to it so I can hear what my kids are listening to. They're teenagers, so I can understand the new lingo, because the lingo changes with every generation.
Yes.
So I try to keep up, but I love the original hip hop. I love lyricism. I love the cleverness with it, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And the fact that you can be on stage and you can recite rhymes that you wrote a decade ago, and not lose a step, and it's still in your mind. That means your rhyming book is still in the back of your lobe. You know what I'm saying?
You live it.
Yeah, and so that is something that for these different genre of poetry, which is what the hell rap is.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that needs to be respected.
Lays says that Jim Jones looked like Hancock.
That's funny. Lays is calling again.
Yeah, there he goes. All right. Yo, Lays. Oh, I got you. Yeah, I got you. Lays.
Hancock.
All right, I hear you better.
Jim Jones looked like Hancock in that outfit.
He really did. He looked just like Hancock. It was really crazy.
He like Hancock in the outfit.
And first of all, back to what Gary was saying, and I had to come in and get on my roadcaster, so I'm
Ah,
All right.
So, so anyway, let me just say this to you. Back to what Gary was saying, and it's all about, see, and I say this a lot in my conversations. A lot of these rappers are guys, you know, they're in the industry, they're first-time millionaires. They never had any money before. They don't have any coaching. They don't have any financial literacy. They don't have any. All this is brand new experience to them, and they don't have that pattern discipline that you need to continue to be successful. When you're a basketball player, you're an athlete. You've been coached all your life.
mm-hmm.
What happens in a rap game is once you start to get success, you run away from your coach. The coach
Right.
that got you there.
Yep.
You run away from your coach, and when you run away from your coach, then you stop using those patterns of success. I've seen it over 30 years. I've seen artists that come into the game and they run away from their coaches when they get a little bit of success.
That's right.
And then their career falls all the way off.
That is
Right.
true.
Absolutely.
I've seen this happen a million times. That's why I shout out people like LL Cool J, who stayed with Chris Lighty, stayed under Russell Coolidge, became successful, and blew up. I shout out to those people that realize that, because when you're coached as a ball player all your life, you get into the NBA, and now you're coaching. You can rely on your coaching to get you where you're going.
That's right.
But that was a team that was not coached.
I
That was
definitely.
a team that didn't have a coach.
Yeah.
Nobody could sit and talk to them and say, this is what needs to happen. And I'm telling you, and Gary's a coach. He understands what I'm saying.
Definitely.
Without the coach. Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Definitely, it's just like on the Hip Hop Boulevard show that we had when Al Pizarro was talking about how when the artists step away from their managers when they get bigger, you know what I'm saying, and how could that can be a gift and a curse. It can be detrimental because you're leaving the person that helped curate you to
Mold
where you
you, yeah,
are.
get you
know what I'm
there, yeah.
saying, and then because you want to chase the light and stuff like that. And it's because, like you say, they're first-time millionaires, first-time getting money. And so it's easy for you to fall into, the traps. So those who stayed in the original spot, like you just mentioned, like the LL Cool J's, you see that in the longevity, how that essence is remained.
Think about Busta Rhymes, who had a long career. Busta, who, rest in peace to Chris Lighty. He passed away, but Chris Lighty was a coach.
Absolutely.
He actually was a great coach. And he was able to talk to the artist and say he managed 50 Cent. Those guys, they were coaches to find people that can say, yes, you got this, but there's certain things you shouldn't do.
Absolutely.
And a lot of times, the hubris of success, and I said this to 50 Cent one day when 50 Cent had a meeting in his office. And my name was in the paper with the meeting because 50 got mad at me when I said this in a room full of people. In the room was Lloyd Banks, Young Buck, Tony Yayo, Mobb Deep, Olivia. I was in the room, Bob, for MOP. The whole staff was there because Billy Payne wasn't going up there. Yeah. But anyway, so I was there. So I sat in the meeting, and he was talking about how, because Fitz never gave us, the money he was giving. I mean, he gave those boys millions of dollars, right?
Right.
And they were guys off the block that he gave millions of dollars to. And he said, hey guys, I'm not giving y'all no more money because you guys are not holding up your end of the bargain. So I got to move on and worry about me. So I'm going to focus on blowing me up, which he continued to do. I mean, shout to 50 with the power and all things he's doing.
Right.
But then and then I sat in the room. He looked at me, and first of all, I shouldn't be in this meeting, but I'm going to tell you this thing right here. Look, it's like this. The hardest thing you can do to a kid in the hood is to make him take back a rent-a-car.
There you go.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah.
So, like,
'Cause he
imagine
thinks
a
it's
kid to
his.
get his first rent-a-car, that high-end Mercedes-Benz rent-a-car. He's driving to the hood, and then he's got to take it back and take the train back home.
Yeah.
That's what the rappers are like.
Yeah.
They're taking this rap career, if it's not managed properly, is like a rent-a-car. It's not the 30-year ownership vehicle that you use to get to another space, because it's only supposed to be used to get to a space where you can then turn it into
Something.
other things like financial literacy and
Right.
literacy and things of that nature. It's not a space that you're supposed to say, I'm going to stay in this car and live in this glow forever, because there's always somebody in the queue waiting to get that rent-a-car.
That's right.
So in that case, if you run away from your guidance, your coach, and this goes up, and I'm back on here just a sort of a PSA. Give a damn what they say to you, the label, the people, the tastemakers, all the guys, the hangout, the chicks, all that stuff. You block that out, and you stay with your coach, and you work out your fights, you work out your differences, because that guy is the only guy that's going to tell you that your shit stinks until your shit don't stink. Because what's going to happen is, they're not going to tell you your shit stinks when your career's over. They just will stop picking the phone call up. And you
That's
just
right.
be sitting there by yourself.
That's so true.
That's how it goes every time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
yeah, man.
ladies, I'm gonna play this.
That's
I'm gonna play this commercial real quick. All right.
All right, I'll talk to you guys later, but I wanted to top mine off with that little conversation. Just for all my artists out there.
I'm gonna go to commercial.
All right,
I think you're gonna like this one.
All right, bro.
All right, one.
It's in the Westwood, Rough Riders, West Side. It's in the Westwood, Rough Riders.
Word coming soon. That's Taylor's Media. That's Laser's thing that he's doing, building studios and production places and television studios and schools. So here's my question. What is going on with my favorite governor, bro? What's happening with Governor Cuomo, man? I mean, apparently, is this a political assault that's going on? Because, I thought he did very well during the pandemic, in spite of the fact that he sucked during nursing homes. But is that really what happened?
Yeah.
Did we get interrupted? Hold on for 1 second. Give me a check. Chat room. If we're interrupted, let me know. Because I think something happened. It might be one of those days. Don't get me started. I'll be like, let me go smoke a cigar.
Right?
Let me see what's happening. Go light up a blunt. It's legal.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you, Cuomo.
To do. Look at your phone.
Yeah, right?
There's no reason to text anybody. Be like, we'll be right back. Just get to your phone and let me know what's happening. And let me know if I'm on. In the chat room, if you see me, if you hear me, just,
1 2 1 2.
hit me in the chat room like, hey, got you. We hear you.
1 2 3 4. That's us.
Are we back?
Yeah, we're back.
Do you see me on there? 1 2 3 4.
Yep,
Okay.
I see you.
Yep,
All
Jeff
right.
at 1 2 3 4.
All
All
right.
right, so we're back and we're live. Whoa,
All right. Good.
Thank you, Jeff.
Back in the building.
Technical promise.
Okay.
That is the one thing about the streaming thing that I hate is that we're subject to the internet
Yeah.
and whatever's happening with the provider at the time. And,
Yeah.
a lot of things really suck. Yep, because the room popped back up to 14,
Yeah.
so people are back.
We up in here.
Michelle Marie says, good evening, people. Hey, Michelle Marie.
Hey.
So what's going on with the governor, man? Governor Cuomo, man, he's bugging out.
first of
He's
all-
Donald Trumping, is he?
Well, first of all, I want to thank everybody who's hanging on in this chat, hanging on with the show, with these technical difficulties. We appreciate y'all, and remaining and not just being, bored and jumping off. So those who still with us, we appreciate y'all.
Yeah, diehards.
So
So you're governor, Jeff, because you work
So
for him.
listen.
What's up, your man?
Yeah, well, I was in the coalition that headed the prostitution legalization for y'all. So you're welcome.
Oh, my man. Did Cuomo do that?
Yeah, Cuomo did that. And I was on the team. So I was like, listen, yo, Cuomo, boy, let me talk to you real quick.
He said, come here, star.
You see these hoes?
Prostitution star.
We need that.
We need economic individual empowerment.
Right. We're talking about equality and, freedom and
So just quick,
pro-choice.
so is prostitution legal in New York?
It's legal.
It's legal now.
Your vagina is now $10.99. Okay.
Word, like it's a
Yeah.
business.
So panties are a write-off. Massengills is a write-off.
Oh, that's dope.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Pleasure devices are a write-off.
Cha-ching,
Yeah.
cha-ching, cha-ching.
Yeah.
kills the pimp game, doesn't
Oh,
it?
yeah.
Yeah, because now you can just do your own thing.
I'm sorry.
And it would take a
You're
governor.
an independent contractor.
Yes. It would take a governor that's a bachelor to actually do that.
Yeah.
Because he knows what he's going to go out there and need.
Yeah, apparently, because
Because he's off the seat now.
he's done some things, hasn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, do you believe the things he's done? What has he done, Jeff?
I think it's a political. Can I?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So I mean, I think. I feel.
Como's no homo.
We know that. We know that.
That's in the chat room.
I think there was about 7 or 8 women that came forward, right?
Right.
And Letitia James, she did this 130-page
Report.
Okay.
Investigation.
So here is my thing. Like, why right now?
Right.
Right? Timing is
everything. Absolutely.
Timing is everything.
I'm there with you. I'm rocking with you.
According to that report, a lot of these things happened quite a while ago.
Right.
So this could have very well happened. They could have came out, in the beginning of the pandemic.
Of course.
January of 2019.
Of course.
But why right now?
Of course.
Right? Why right? Like, look, I have 3 good friends of mine that have been raped.
Okay.
Right? And when it happened, like, they went to the police.
Right.
Instantly.
You know what I mean? They went to the police. They,
Right, makes sense.
So with Cuomo, I'm like, why right now? At this point, after all he's done, and what's going on, so all of a sudden now you want to come and bring out these allegations?
Yeah, and assassinate my man. Yeah.
So what do you think? What do you think that is, Gary?
I think that it reminds me of what happened with Elliot Spitzer, right? Elliot Spitzer made the banks pay,
Right.
right? And the situation that happened with him, he was set up by Roger Stone with the call girl, right? So now, and he winds up getting taken out of office and stuff like that, having to resign. And Spitzer, just like Cuomo, did real great for the state.
Right.
He told the banks, "I'm gonna make y'all pay,"
right?
And he made them pay.
Right.
And ironically, after that scandal happened with him, and he got to resign. So now here it is, we have a pandemic. Cuomo really being the president, if you will,
Yeah, true.
in terms of leadership,
Right.
not only for New York but a country.
Right.
Yeah, they
And
followed
now-
New York after that.
Right, and now you want to come out with this hit job right now?
And vilify him. Yeah.
Right now? Come
It's
on.
terrible.
It's like, come on, like, don't, like, I'm not buying that. I'm not.
I'm looking in the chat room right now, and Michelle Marie says, "Wow, first time I put you guys on the big screen. Yeah, it looks great, right? How did the horn
How do I
sound?
look?
Am I hot? Am I hot right now? Am I hot? I'm heating it up in the house. Am I hot?" Diane Cameron, she says, "Hi guys, we are
Australia.
still in lockdown in most of the states as Delta virus is rampant in Australia."
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not even too sure about this Delta virus thing, but
Yeah, me neither.
I mean, I know it's happening, but to me, it's not as bad as Corona, right? When Corona first hit, there were thousands. By this time, we were at, like 250,000 people that were dead, right?
Yeah.
We're hearing about a lot of hospitalizations and a lot of people becoming infected by Delta,
Right.
but the death toll just isn't the same.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not sure where they're at with this thing, but a lot of things are going on here. They're starting to knock on doors to see if you're vaccinated now. That's a new
Right.
thing.
Yeah.
Certain jobs want to see your vaccination card
Right.
to see that you are vaccinated. Certain restaurants want to see your vaccination card.
The New York City passport now.
Right. So here's the deal. Let's just be truthful, all right? If someone comes to your house and asks, and you're not vaccinated and you don't want to answer the questions, do not be intimidated. Don't be intimidated and think you have to ask the questions. You can simply say, "Get off my property, get out of my front door, goodbye," and close the door, right? It is your right.
Treat them like you treat the Census Bureau.
Correct.
Just
It's the same.
When you don't want to say, you have 17 cousins in the house.
Absolutely, just close the door.
No
You know what
picking
I'm saying?
English and just shut the door. Or just don't answer the door. You know
So
what I'm saying?
that's what you want to do with that, and just check and you don't have to answer your job. It is actually illegal for them to ask you,
Right.
were you vaccinated, right?
Right.
They can make it policy, but they can't ask you. They can't say, that's like, you saying that you have cancer or it's the HIPAA law. It's the HIPAA law.
Right, definitely.
You don't have to disclose whether or not you're
Anything.
vaccinated or not.
Right.
and they're applying a lot of pressure on people that don't want to be vaccinated.
I think it's a money thing. We're gonna get back to Cuomo.
Yeah.
But to jump on this Delta variant, it's a money thing. It's definitely a money thing. If you follow the money, you know what I'm saying? Money's coming out of nowhere to pay people to become a vaccinator. They pay you good money. You know what I'm saying? I'm a vaccinator. I get paid good money just to vaccinate people. I also work where I do vaccination observation. I'm a paramedic at a lot of these sites where, you have to spend the 15 minutes or 20 minutes depending on how you react to the vaccine, and there's someone there to overwatch you, and I'm the one that does that. So there's a lot of money inside, this vaccine. And I think the Delta variant, I don't believe in it. You know what I'm saying? I think, the country runs in fear. The stock market runs in fear. Everything runs in fear, and propaganda is a fear. And the way they pull out this information to say that, hey, is there going to be continuous, hospitalization? Yeah. But why does it have to be a Delta variant? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If it took us long to find out it's COVID, how can you find out it's a Delta variant? I think they're saying these things to scare people because the amount of vaccination that they projected is probably not meeting the numbers.
Right.
They probably projected an 80% vaccination. We probably had 60%.
And look at what's happening in Australia. Mandy said, we have the army knocking on doors here. I don't answer the door. You got to text me first. That's what's happening. That's
Absolutely.
right, Mandy.
Absolutely.
You got to text me.
Protect yourself, and all these things. And listen, I want to also tell these people that are outside, and you know who you are. The ones that are selling the vaccination cards, I know who you are. I see y'all. Don't sell the vaccination cards, right? Is it tempting? Yeah. If you can get your hands on it, yeah, you can write anything on there. And those who don't know, right? However, there's this digital pass that's happening where, you can get verified very quickly. I have a government ID login where I can verify anybody. Just give me your last name and your date of birth. And on my cell phone, I can verify whether you got vaccinated or not, right?
Wow.
So now, how you do that, you digitize your vaccination card, and it takes almost 24 hours to go back and get verified in the system, and then you can have it. So you can't screenshot it and then share yours with somebody else because it's tailored to you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So if you're not gonna get the vaccination,
just don't
more
do it.
power you definitely, but do not try to really circumvent because the fines that are coming with that. You might be even jailed. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, some dude in California at a bar.
Yeah.
He had a stack of vaccination blank cards,
Right.
and he was selling them, and he has been convicted of 5 years in prison.
Right.
But here's the funny thing. Not because he did the fake vaccination card,
Right.
but because the vaccination card had a government logo on it.
CDC.
Right.
That's what gave him the 5.
Because
That's what gave him the 5.
Because you're selling something that doesn't belong to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's an actual card. It's not you thinking it's just a paper, but it's an actual card. It's a legal document. You know what I'm saying, that you're selling. So it is a crime. So those who are out there doing it, those who I see y'all, I see it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna put you out there, but if you're making your quick money, that's gonna drive very soon.
Yeah.
Very soon. And those who bought it because you want to go to Jamaica, you want to do this, you might find yourself in a country that won't let you leave the country and come back home.
That's right.
Okay?
Because they verified.
Yes, there's a lot of people out here who are also homeless, who can't go back home, who can't go back to Venezuela, who can't go back to, can't fly to their home, just to use as an example, right? If you're not vaccinated, they're not letting you in. So you're stuck here, you run out of money, and you have to be in a shelter. So don't be caught, in an outside country with a fake vaccination card thinking you're going to get back into the United States.
Right.
I'm sorry. They might put you back on the plane. You got to quarantine outside of the States before you come in. So be very careful, people. Okay?
Wow, yeah. And I saw that. That was a big deal.
Right.
I saw it in the news today. That was the first time I ever saw somebody that had been making artificial. First of all, I didn't even know what it looked like.
Right.
And when I saw it, it just was a little cardboard piece of paper that you could just sit and write anything you want on it. There was nothing special about it. Nothing that even made it to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I give it to Gary, and then Gary could be rock and be like, I'm vaccinated. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But so I saw that, and then they had the guy in handcuffs who was working out of a bar. And he's getting 5 years for that shit.
Yeah, and understand under your card, under your name, there's the serial number of the vial that your vaccination came from. So I can pull up the vial, the serial number, and if I said, okay, you got vaccinated in this in your name, and your name is not connected to that vial, or the date on the card, I'm giving you game right now, y'all. If the date doesn't match with when that vial was administered by the pharmacy, you're done.
Right.
And those are the things that, okay, you can write anything, right? F17652B11.
Right.
Yeah, you can write that.
I ate you, you ate me too. Yeah.
Right. You know, if you if you don't write, if that doesn't coincide with the date, you're going to jail.
Yeah.
You're going to jail.
So big shout out to you. Yeah, Gary.
So a couple of points with this whole vaccine stuff.
Let me just hit the chat room one time.
Sure.
All right.
Absolutely.
So in there, Lena Reyes says, I'm not taking it. Bump that. Okay. So we know what that means. Right? Michelle Marie says, my kid's dad offered to pay the kids to get the shot. And she cracked up. Yeah, that's what's going on. And in New York, they're offering you $100 to take the vaccine.
Yeah, they're offering. You get two Yankee tickets. You know, you can get tickets. You can get free food and stuff like that. You know, there are places that are giving out marijuana, not in New York, but you know.
A word?
Yeah, they're giving you. Yeah, you get 3.5 grams for taking the vaccine.
What?
You know what I'm saying? So why not? You know, get your vaccine, get you 3.5 grams, a bottle of water. You have a good day.
Yeah, man, give me some free cheaper.
Hey.
Wow.
Hey.
Yeah, so earlier in the year, I believe it was back in January, the Equal Opportunity Employer, they had updated their rules, and they said if you were working for a company, right, and you got laid off,
right,
and the company wanted to hire you back, if they said you got to take the vaccine and you say no,
right,
they can't, they can say that,
right,
so they don't need to hire you. Or if you've been working through the pandemic, and then the company says, well, you need to take the vaccine, and you say no, they can fire you. So they're sneaking it in so many different ways.
Right.
And eventually, everyone is going to have to take it. Like the governor or the president, they can't just come right out and say everybody got to take the vaccine.
Right, of course.
People are going to
do the opposite. Yeah,
right,
of course.
They're going to rebel. Now, for those of us that's in the music business, I had got an internal memo from Live Nation earlier in the year, and they spoke about the vaccine passport.
Right.
And all the concerts that they're doing, you got to be vaccinated to go to their concerts.
Absolutely.
Right. So now, as concerts are coming back on, to go to a Live Nation concert, if Rock is performing, let's say, at Madison Square Garden, and it's a Live Nation show,
right,
you got to be vaccinated to go.
I agree. I used to do COVID testing at Barclays Center, right?
Okay. I would like to just say this, Jeff.
Go ahead.
Okay, all right, because we need to start a business. No, I'm saying, because now you have to, if you're not vaccinated, right? And I said this way back when,
right?
You have to get COVID tested at the restaurant.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah,
that's a business, bro.
Like, yeah, a lot of people are doing it.
That's a business. I said that last year.
I totally understand. So now, with the whole vaccine passport here in New York State, and we're actually the first state in the country. So if you go into the movies, the restaurant, or what have you,
right,
you got to have this digital passport, right, as you were talking about. Now there are some places. They want you to be vaccinated. They don't even want you to have the COVID test.
Yeah.
Right.
You understand? So so it's really making it tough on a lot of. Look, I kind of broke down. So Monday coming, I'm going for my first shot.
All right.
Yeah.
Who you going to it?
Yeah, big shout out. Big shout out. Get the Pfizer.
Well, so the hospital that I go to is Mount Sinai.
Okay.
So my shot is being done at Mount Sinai.
Okay.
They're gonna load you up.
I used to work for them. They're very good. I took the Moderna shot.
Okay.
I didn't take the Johnson & Johnson.
Yeah, no, that Johnson.
At my job, I give Johnson & Johnson. Tathina Richard says in Washington, they give weed if you get the vaccination, which is very cool. Shout out to Washington.
Yeah. What else going on in the chat room, Jeff?
Michelle says my kids are in Washington. Ha ha ha. Lena Reyes.
Oh yeah, because I think she said my kids may want the flower over the money.
Yeah, well, I don't blame them.
Well, also here.
Hold on, wait, we're in the chat room.
Sorry.
You just want to jump in. We got to acknowledge people, brother.
Mandy Faith says, we're being forced to take it in Australia. they said if you don't get to 80% of people vaccinated, then people won't be able to travel. Oh, it won't be able to open normally. Currently, our 7th week of lockdown and this economic nightmare here. And this is one thing I want to ask too. That thanks for the shout out, Mandy. Thanks for letting us know what's going on out there. Shout out to you and your family. They're saying that the Delta variant is going to shut the city down again, right? I call bullshit.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
It's too cost effective.
Sorry.
Listen, a lot of that stuff was started by some QAnon people.
Okay.
About because they were saying that how Biden was going to shut down the city,
Right.
the country. Hey, just as you're saying, it's like the economics. It's not going to happen.
No.
And today's job numbers that came out, where there's I think close to a million jobs.
It's an uptick. Is that what you're saying? Okay.
The uptick in 1 million jobs. So it's not going to happen. But
What's very interesting, Lays has an argument. He says they force people to take the polio vaccine, which is true, in order for you to go to school. However, there's one thing that happened with the polio vaccine that they didn't do here. 5 people got sick from the polio vaccine when it first started, and they stopped administering it until they could figure it out.
Right.
That's the problem that I have with this thing.
Well, they paused Johnson & Johnson for a little bit.
Right. You know,
Just for us to forget.
I'm like, but I want to know what's going to happen in the long term. You know what I mean? Give me a year or so. Let me know how that vaccination's going for you. Because the only benefit, what I understand from what they're saying of taking the vaccine, is that if you take the vaccine, not that you won't get corona. You'll get corona,
You just won't die
but it won't kill you. That's kind of the deal.
But here is the thing. So now first, when this vaccine got approved, it got approved under emergency use.
Right.
Right. So that means
So they didn't test it.
So everybody basically are guinea pigs.
Right. It's not FDA approved.
Right. It's not FDA approved.
They're trying it out.
All right. So and that I think that's a major problem. Then also now, according to Pfizer and Moderna, the vaccine is only good for 6 months.
Oh, that's it. They only got me once. They can kiss mine.
So and
Bet y'all didn't know that.
so if you took the vaccine in January, February, March,
Lay says they tested it
right?
on
And-
people.
Absolutely.
No, he didn't say that. I'm saying that. That's my tag.
Yeah. So if you took for those people that took vaccines in January, February, March, now you got to take it again.
Right. They're saying that's why they don't want you to laminate your card because you might be due for a booster. And there's another line there for them to add on to it.
That's why Pfizer and Moderna, last week they did an earnings call with investors, talking about the booster shot.
Right.
So this is definitely a money thing.
Yeah, now I'm gonna get stock in Pfizer because they know what they're doing.
Yeah, and those who are good in stocks, put some puts on the
Of course.
buy some calls.
Yeah,
not know any puts. Buy some calls.
Yeah, because Pfizer knows what they're doing in terms of the money deal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If I'm a benefit from this thing, I'm going to invest in Pfizer. You know, and the whole vaccinated thing, and I've said it before, I'm gonna say it again. If that's what you want to do, that's cool. If you want to get vaccinated, if you don't, that's cool. And I'm saying this respectfully because, I have friends that are not vaccinated. I have friends that are vaccinated. And the amount of pressure that non-vaccinated people are receiving, it's damn near oppression. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's bad. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's becoming a two-state situation. The vaccinated versus the non-vaccinated. Now this is the new us and them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You know how I see it right now? You know what? I'm gonna use it as an investment.
Okay.
Because if 10 years from now they say, hey, if you took the vaccine and your penis no longer works, you can join us and we're suing for $70 million. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's an investment. It's an investment. I took it. I didn't have any reactions. I had a great night's sleep the first one, and it's just about hydration. You know what I'm saying? If you understand what a vaccination is for, it's to introduce in the body so the body can recognize it. Right. And so you can make, the killer cells, the NK cells is called, natural killer cells, right? So to fight the vaccine. So it's a dead cell that they, I don't know, dead or live cell that they introduce to your body so your body can learn to fight it. And
Lay
it
says
doesn't stay in your body, people. It doesn't stay in your body.
It goes out. Lay says it's community responsibility. I have young kids, so he is saying that he did it. Pfizer is getting their paper regardless. Yes, but they're going to get more paper.
Right.
I'm not taking the booster shot.
That's Tona.
Hell no, that's Tona.
Yeah.
And Lena says, why so many shots? That's sort of what's happening on.
Because it's a money thing.
It's
Money.
It's money.
Well, in the beginning, when Trump was leaving office, all these, Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson.
He even converted Kodak. He tried to convert Kodak, right? Kodak, which is, a camera
The
company.
film company.
Right? He even said Kodak was supposed to be the one of the vaccine developers.
Oh, were they making? Were they going to make?
Vaccines.
Oh, I thought they were going to make what's the machine? The ventilators. I thought he did that for them to make ventilators.
No,
Oh, I think it was just the vaccine.
Okay, I was just
no,
asking.
there was under the Defense Production Act.
Right.
That's when the president has the emergency powers to say, these companies.
Who does what?
Yeah.
Right.
What I was saying was right when Trump was leaving office, or maybe a couple months before, when the government contracts were being done,
Right.
Pfizer and all these, Pfizer and all these other drug companies, they were going into billion-dollar government contracts.
Absolutely.
So you being an investor in Pfizer
It worked out for you.
or Merck,
Right.
Johnson & Johnson, AstraZeneca, and
Right.
AstraZeneca, their shot is like the worst.
Right.
So that's money there. Now here it is. Was it almost a year later?
Right.
The shots have been going out, and now another booster shot. They got a booster shot coming, and like I said, Pfizer and Moderna, they had their earnings call with investors last week,
Right.
Okay.
talking about
Right.
the booster shot coming.
I'm gonna get my man James Lucas on the show. He's a physician's assistant, and Lays is like, you should get some doctors on the show, and I think I'm gonna do that to come and actually talk about this vaccine thing and pro-vaccine or negative vaccine. And I'm gonna find a doctor I'm going to definitely try to find a doctor that is anti-vaccination. And I want to have a doctor that's pro-vaccination. Not because I want both sides of the story from a scientific standpoint. You know what I'm saying? I would like to hear that. Marianne Dunner says, so I haven't gotten the vaccine because my neurologist said no. However, I get immune globin infusion every 2 weeks.
Immunoglobulin, yes.
Yeah, talk about it, Jeff. What is that?
Immunoglobulin is just like an immune booster. I'm sure it's an IV shot to help you boost your immune system.
Okay. So she's saying, okay, all right, there you go. Yeah, so she's saying that's kind of what's happening. She says, I'm basically getting other people's immune systems every 2 weeks.
Right.
And COVID-19 antibodies are likely in the immune globin, so that's what's happening. AstraZeneca, Lady says, is like Robitussin. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what's happening. Oh, man. I'm going to go to a quick commercial, right? Because you got to do that every now and again.
Yeah.
And then when we come back, we're going to...
Circle back on Cuomo. You wanted to...
Yes, we got to delve into the Cuomo thing because we definitely want to do that. Which one am I going to play? You know what? I like that Talos Media commercial a lot. So I'm going to play that again. And then I'll play something the next time. Here we go.
It's in the Westwood, Rough Riders, West Side. It's in the Westwood, Rough Riders, West Side.
That is a dope commercial. I love that commercial.
Absolutely.
Big shout out to Lay's OSG.
Absolutely. Come on, they're doing their thing. Hillary Delamar says, took the Moderna and happy I did. Met with lots of clients daily. Meet with lots of clients daily. The stories you hear are scary. Lots of our customers passed away with the virus. So that's the deal. Lady says, I got to send you the right one. Yeah, please send it because I always play it. So what do you got, Jeff?
Just to piggyback with what Gary was saying about how these companies make money. If you follow, like Pfizer, for example, right? On TD Ameritrade, it shows that over the year, that Pfizer has definitely, increased in shares, right? If you can see, the highest peak last year was in December.
Yes.
Right? That's when...
Pre-COVID.
December 2020.
Yeah,
right.
December 2020.
Right.
All right, we're in 2021. Okay.
Yeah. So this is where the peak of the vaccinations was coming out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So the shares actually hit $42, right? And after the Johnson and Johnson scare and stuff like that, so the shares definitely dropped. That's when the people are scared. They're being more resistant.
Yeah, Johnson and Johnson was the locks. I mean, no, Johnson and Johnson was
taking
Dipset.
people out. And then from then, if you guys follow the charts, if you know how to analyze the charts, from then on, from March of this year till now, Pfizer has definitely progressed. More than 50%, of their thing. So they went from actually $34 to $46 a share.
You see that?
So they definitely broke their resistance.
Absolutely.
As far of how much that their shares are being sold for. So Pfizer is currently, at $45.07 a share. So if you want to jump in now, it's not a really good time. This is not a stock, advice or anything like that. But if you want to invest, look into it.
Your time.
Now is not a buy time though, but check your volatility for those who understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, Ellie says pharmaceuticals is always been high.
Pharmaceuticals, and right now is EV, biotech. If you guys, want to invest, definitely,
So I'm getting back into this Cuomo thing.
Right,
What's the deal?
Cuomo.
Jeff.
My boy Cuomo, man. Definitely I was talking to a bunch of people about this. I heard there's a video out that shows his interaction with one of the young ladies.
Okay.
How he was, acting, I guess, not really aggressively, but he was just a jovial man. You know what I'm saying? Right. Us men, we ride on our ego, we ride on our alphaness, you know what I'm saying? And if we're at our height of, this is not, an excuse for any behavior, right? At our height of when our cup is filled, when we feel, ourselves, we may be a little more loving, you know what I'm saying? It's just like being the love drunk or the upset drunk or the hate drunk. At our height of our, our peak, we may be extra loving to a person. We may be extra, flirty with a person and stuff like that. But it seemed that in that video that, his approach was received with laughter. His approach was received with, it was received, amicably.
Right.
The young lady laughed and said, ha, 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 oh, you're so funny and stuff like that.
Right.
And the video continued on. So I say that to say there's not to shame any victims at all. This is not what I'm trying to say. But just like what you said, Gary, why is it that now? Why what I'm saying? And I understand sometimes if you're dealing with a boss, you're afraid to lose your job. You don't want to be perceived as not a team member. So you may look off certain things. You know what I'm saying? And if the person's, they didn't say that he was an intimidating person. They didn't say the person that, he didn't lock you in a room to grope you or anything like that. But if I feel like
he was no Donald Trump.
Right. Right. So if something this does happen, it is your responsibility to deal with it mentally. There is an HR, and this is a government official. I think, they just want to vilify him now because they're done with him. You know what I'm saying? He did what he had to do. And they're using these things to take him off his seat. You know what I'm saying? Because when you also in these seats, there's two things that are happening. You want to do what your passion is, and you also have to play game. You know what I'm saying? The play game is what the general public is not privy to. There are people who are invested in you. There's people who want to push a certain agenda, and they expect you to play game because they pay to put you in that seat.
Yeah.
So When you're no longer playing game and you want to be on a passion project, I think it's the way, hey, listen, we let you rock during COVID. We'll let you do what you do. But remember, this business you need to take care of. If you're no longer taking care of it, you out the seat. And in government, you see that they play ugly. They kill people.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? They assassinate you. Like this going with Haiti. You know what I'm saying? No matter what you do, you know what I'm saying? You do it right now. But as soon as they don't need you, you out of here. Government is ugly. Look at the mayor that did great for what was it, like 9/11 or something like that?
Oh, you talking about Giuliani?
Giuliani,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Giuliani cleaned the streets so much that even you know the Lock said that in one of the Jadakiss's rhymes that Giuliani is giving out gun sentences for mere drugs. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So he went after the mob. He did what he had to do, right, during his time. But now, they took out his license to perform, law.
Oh, he did that to himself. He was clowning
he
out.
did it to himself, you know what I'm saying? But, for a person that did good, there's certain level of respect, you know what I'm saying, that you have to maintain. They totally throw you to the corner when you don't feed the agenda. And that's what I feel government is. So if you're going to be in there, you take the good with the bad, and the ugly as well.
I mean, Lay says men rarely know when they are being inappropriate.
Absolutely.
And the bar keeps changing daily. And I'm going to have to concur with that. Like, you just don't really, you're afraid. I mean, you're afraid to do anything these days. You know what I'm saying?
Period.
Like, hello can be ill received.
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing? You good today? What do you mean I'm good? I mean, I got into an argument with a woman in a car. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I got into a cab and I said, hey, ma'am, good morning. I said, ma'am, and I used the term ma'am.
Right.
And she was immediately offended. She's like, I'm not a ma'am. And I said, okay. I said, so what are you? Because she looked like a woman. She seemed like a woman. You know. I said, so what are you? She says, I'm non-binary. I said, what the fuck does this have to do with computers?
No, seriously.
I said, what does this have to do with computers? Right?
What am I going to tell you? 010111010?
Right. What are we saying here? Right? So she started laughing. Right? And she goes, no, I don't identify with any gender. Right. How was I supposed to know that?
That you don't identify
before I got in the cab.
Listen, people.
You know what I'm saying?
Listen, people.
I had to apologize to cab ride. I'm like, listen, you know what? I'm sorry, Miss Non-Binary. My bad. But
no,
my bad.
No, I'm not. Listen,
okay, I wanted a pleasant cab ride.
This is equality. You know what I'm saying? I understand you don't want to. Listen, people don't want to be included with certain things, but in your quest for individuality, understand that we're human, and in your quest of individuality, you'll find yourself in a pocket with other people as well. In high school, we had different cliques, right? There was the hip hop crew, there was the football jockeys, and there was the goth crew, right? Yeah, that listened to heavy metal and stuff like that. They look what they look like. You know what I'm saying? And what the goth crew was about, individuality. They don't want to succumb to societal norms. You know what I'm saying? They're angry. Well, not all of them are angry. They're very loving people because I was a part of that crew too a little bit. And, they want to be different. But when you look around, there's a collective of you, right? So it's 10 of you want to be different, or you're really different. You know what I'm saying?
You're actually the same.
Or are you the same of a collective? So what is your indifference looking for? What are you looking for to be different?
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So people who want to subject themselves to a non-binary and stuff like that means you don't know who you are. And this is my perspective. This is not perspective of the real discussion. This is my personal thing. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if you don't want to identify with yourself, then your mom didn't tell you who you are. You know what I'm saying? When you look in the mirror, you can't tell yourself that, oh, I'm non-binary. Bitch, stop playing with me. You know what I'm saying? Okay? You in the front of the mirror, you're either a woman or a man. You're non-binary. What the hell are you going to tell to the man? When you want to make your child, you're going to tell your mom, you're going to tell your child, don't call me mommy, call me non-binary. You're going to fuck the kid up. Stop playing with yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Be who you want to be.
So be who you want to be. And if you want to be different, then understand that there's 50 million people else who think they're non-binary too. So how different are you? You know what I'm saying? So
you just joined another clique.
Yeah, you just want to be. Come on, stop playing. That's just like that pansexual thing. Pansexual, I don't agree in pansexual. Everybody who is
what is a pansexual? First?
I mean, a pansexual is a person who don't identify by any specific sexual thing. Like anything can make you come. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I can be sexual with this damn ring light here if I want. You know what I'm saying? I can be sexual with this thing right here with anti-micro, bacterial shit. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's like if you want to be that, I think everybody who's an early teenager, you're discovering yourself, you're pansexual. You know what I'm saying? Because you're rubbing everything on you. You know what I'm saying? You're messing pillows, you're putting holes in mattresses.
I just want to be clear. I mean, back in my day, we called a pansexual a freak.
Yeah,
right. You was a freak because
anything. If you rub feathers, you stroke your penis with feathers. If that makes you come, you a pansexual.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You wrap a string, you choke your penis. Whatever you want to do, that freak off, like you say, you a freak.
You're a freak.
You know what I'm saying? You want to like candles under your feet. If that gets you off, then
you're a freak.
You're a freak.
Pansexual.
But you want to call it pansexual. When I first heard the word pansexual, I thought you was in love with pancakes. I thought you was in love with eggs. Cause I thought really you're gonna heat up the pan and rub it on your clit. That's what you're doing? Pansexual? That's what I thought pansexual was. So people, I understand you want to identify yourself. I'm not bashing you. Once again, this is my perspective and not the words or the views of the real discussion.
Apparently, the raw perspective says they have sex with pots and pans. Pansexual.
Yeah, pansexual. I thought you was in the kitchen getting the off on the stove. Like,
right. I mean, I don't understand it. I don't understand the confusion. I mean, whatever your deal is your deal. And this identification crisis that we're having, where people think they have to identify themselves with something, is ridiculous. I'm a pansexual.
It's good to if you want to identify yourself, but when you want to be against somebody or be offended when somebody that doesn't identify you as what you identify, there's no reason for you to act like that. The lady said, I'm not a ma'am. But you wouldn't wear a collar that says pansexual, right? You wouldn't. If they say you were supposed to wear a tag that says you're pansexual so somebody can identify you properly, you'll feel like, oh no, I'm being labeled.
Well, so, I mean, listen, I'm just gonna say it right here. I like it when it was simple, right? I like when life was simple. In other words, when I go into Starbucks, I am confused, right? There's the Moco Loco, the dinosaur, the donuts, and the Choco Loco, and all this foolishness. And I went in and I said, I just want Starbucks. Yeah, shout out Starbucks. But I just said, I wanted just a coffee. Just give me a coffee. I said, can I have a black coffee?
Right.
The girl was astounded.
Like which one?
Which one? The coffee, the black one. Give me the one. I don't know, right? It was very and it's non-binary. Okay, I mean, you see, it was simple. You looked at a girl and you knew that was a girl, right?
Yeah.
You looked at a guy and you knew that was a guy, right? So it made it simple. Mr. Ma'am, girl, boy,
and
whatever
if it was
you
a
call it.
hybrid, you knew that's a hybrid.
And even then, right? And I'm gonna have to say this, even when you had a little bit of a hybrid going on, you knew that's what you are, right?
You know what you're dealing with.
So it was very clear. This other thing that you're doing, and then you get offended because
when I don't know, right?
When I don't know what you are, you're not wearing any type of identification badge, right? If you're gonna be something that isn't apparently visual, then you need to give people a visual cue.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what. Go ahead, Gary. Go. Because I'm angry.
I think one of the problems is this political correctness.
Oh, Robin's in the room, by the way.
Okay.
Robin.
What's up, Robbie? Robin says non-binary people are incels. What are incels? I got to ask about that. And she says they can't get laid with people they are attracted to. Okay, now we got to call Robin.
Yeah, but you're attracted to a pencil, then the number 2 pencil can really get you off.
By the way, hold on for a second. I have to look at something. Give me 1 second. I have to check something. Hold on, I got to look next to me.
All right.
Hold on.
All right, man.
Thank you, Robin, for letting me know that Jeff's hair looks amazing. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Robin. Thank you. Diane said it's so true. It said it pissed me off when they use their fluid for the world is fluid. Like definitely, like come on, stop playing. Let
me call Robin. Go ahead, keep doing
I don't understand.
I think one of the problems too is this political correctness.
Right.
I think they've gone way too far with political correctness.
I agree.
If you're born a male, you're born a male. If you're born a female, you're born a female. So getting into this non-binary, now you got them on their social media pages putting him, her, she.
Oh, and there goes Robin.
What's up, Robin?
What's up, Robbie?
Hey, what's up, dog?
Oh man, we miss you.
What's going on?
Yeah, I'm watching it. You're having a great conversation. I thought at first the ghost was in the machine, the way you're internet was buffering. It was crazy.
Yeah, did I get that straightened out? Did I finally straighten that out?
Yeah. I mean, it goes in and out, but it's still good. It's good. It's been on a run. It's been on a big run.
Cool. I had to refresh the browser.
That's good.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? You know.
Clean that cash out.
Yeah. That made it much better. So what's going on with your girlfriend? We missed you this week.
Yeah. I actually stopped working. As a matter of fact, as soon as you guys started the show, I just turned off my computer.
Oh wow.
So, well, no, a couple of topics that you're talking about, which is important. Now, I was at work today, and I work for New York State, and we had a meeting, and I guess the fly on the wall, nobody was talking about was Cuomo. So I waited till everybody said what they had to say, and I'm like, listen, spill that tea. I want to know what's going on because our president sent an email telling us, with our agency, we do not tolerate, sexual abuse or discrimination. But I'm like, yeah, but what are we gonna do? Like, if they get him out of office, like, what's gonna happen? He's like, well, it's under investigation. They got to do all these things, and it's all highly political, guys.
Absolutely.
Don't let these columnists fool you with their circle jerk articles. This is all political. It's a political hit. You know why? They want him to. They wanted to take the blame for all of those. What do you call those? Nursing homes.
The nursing homes.
Yeah, nursing homes.
Yeah, they felt like he needed to be punished for it. And also, at the same time, with the girls, there was like multiple girls he was seeing at the same time, and they knew it.
Oh.
One girl, from what I read, took a picture of him and another girl together. He told the girl who took the picture to send it to another chick to make her jealous.
Oh.
So there's some shenanigans going on here, and it has nothing to do with
pimping.
Yeah.
Listen. He's what they call a high valued man, right?
Right.
For those Kevin Samuel haters out there, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put some pepper in the pot a little bit. He's one of those high valued men, you know what I'm saying? And women are gravitating towards high valued men. And whatever advantages that you'll take with this guy, whether it means a job promotion, what it is, you're going to use your feminine vows to get in the room. And if he likes you, that means you get perks. You know what I'm saying? So maybe the perks dried up. Maybe the 3% raise didn't come through. And now you
until the perks dry up for somebody.
Yeah.
Somebody got mad.
Yeah, the perks dry up, then our vagina dry up. Okay,
yeah,
allegation.
And you know what? It's funny because, and Gary was right. He says, why now? And I think, whoever was holding on to that story wanted to wait until he's right about to get out of office to put that asterisk on his name,
And
right,
cash
to
in.
pop him. Yeah, to pop him.
Yeah. And especially I don't think he really resolved or answered the questions about the nursing home debacle during COVID last year. So they're piling on. This is a pile on.
Yeah, heads have to roll to avoid lawsuit. I understand that, definitely.
Yeah, this is a pile on.
It's a business.
But I miss you guys.
We miss you too.
Yes.
I see Lazy's on the chat. Lazy's in the chat. He's popping.
Yeah. Lays called in twice.
He's popping.
Yeah, because of course we started out with the versus conversation with Jadakiss.
Well, you know how I feel about that. It is the best that hip hop has to offer. We'll be talking about this for 10, 20 years, bro.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
100%.
Absolutely.
I mean, there's going to be references.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
It was amazing. I was at home watching it, and in real time, I'm like, oh my God, these guys are getting dismantled. They took a thrashing.
I kind of got nervous. You know what I'm saying? Because it is hip hop. I'm like, oh my God, is somebody going to get hit? You know what I'm saying? Like, is something going to go down? And I think that added to the thrill for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the fact that of the aggressiveness.
There's a life lesson in this too. There's a life lesson in this. You never underestimate your enemy.
Never.
Even in a competition. Look, if we talking, there was two objectives here. The Locks came and Jada made a statement. He says, this is New York. This is it. This is it. This is where it starts, and we're going to set the template. We're going to set the tone. This is how it works here.
This is not the South. This is not Atlanta.
Right. Oh, you mean Miami and Colorado?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Ouch.
Yeah, he called. Who did he call? Did he call Freaky Zeke the fat guy from
Drew
what's that
Hill?
group?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but I mean, when he came in with two objectives. One objective was because he had already won the verses against Fab.
Right.
So he came in with two objectives: to clown these niggas,
Yep.
and number two, to show them what real hip hop is
Yeah.
about.
Push the envelope of hip hop. Definitely. Definitely.
It's
been
not
worded
like
down.
okay, right, and it's not like Cameron and the Dipset. They probably got some hits. I'm not a real Dipset fan, even though I'm from Harlem. But every song that they answered the locks with was like, it sounded like Mickey Mouse rhymes.
Right.
I'm like, oh God.
Definitely.
Like, what is this nursery school? Did they plan this?
Yeah, it wasn't a train. They didn't train. This is the perfect example of proper preparation prevents poor performance.
Yes, this is a very good life lesson. Very good life lesson. They have been spanked, and they rightfully so because they should have came in prepared.
Right. Jim Jones fell off the platform, and then he went online talking about, oh, my ring came off, and I dove off the platform. First of all, no, your ring didn't come off because you had your mic in your hand, right? And then your other hand was just, whatever. But your ring ain't fall off your hand. You're not going to do that. And you're not in a regular crowd of just regular fans. There's industry people in that crowd.
Got to pick the ring up
You know
and
what I'm
give it
saying?
to
I
you.
seen Pecos in that crowd.
That's
In that
right.
crowd. I
Fat
seen
Joe.
Fat Joe in the crowd. So everybody, if your ring fell, the people have money. They're going to pick up your ring and give it to you.
Yeah, like,
you know what I'm
here,
saying?
man.
Yeah.
So don't give me that bow. You had your shades on like a fool. You know what I'm saying?
Like Hancock.
Right. And then you miss your step like everybody else and you fell off.
Yeah, and that's cool.
It's okay.
Yeah, well, I know that Jada he's training. He has videos of himself boxing every day.
Yeah, absolutely. He's staying healthy.
And when I saw him do that freestyle without pausing, he had perfect poise and
Right. Breath control.
He pronounced everything. Like
Right.
you heard it crystal clear. He was perfect.
Right.
He was perfect.
Yeah,
You
no.
have to be healthy when you're a performer, and they
Yeah,
definitely
he smashed that shit.
that was the epitome
Yeah,
of
well,
that.
I don't know who they're gonna put. I don't know who they're going on the road with, but it ain't gonna be Dipset. Dipset is washed.
Yeah, they done.
Well, I mean, they're going.
You know what? Dipset is now the name for washed from now on.
Yeah, they just
And
became
they
the
try
busy.
to reinvent themselves, I mean, hopefully their performance. So they said they're going on tour starting in September. We'll see how that goes.
They just became the busy bee of this generation. Like,
Yeah. I'm like every word that I say about somebody being washed, I'm gonna be like, "You've been Dipset."
you've been Dipset, B.
Dipset.
You've been Dipset.
That's
You're
it.
Dipset. You
What
know.
I wanted, I missed it. I missed the show tonight. I'm not there tonight, but I do want to talk about something.
Yeah.
And I've been wanting to talk about it since last week, and we were off last week, and I want to talk about it.
Okay.
So, Jeff just mentioned Kevin Samuels, and I've been watching Kevin Samuels.
The Godfather.
I've been watching, and he talked about coochie credit. I want to talk about this.
No, you can't. You
I want to talk
can't.
about it.
No, you can't. You know
I wanna
why?
talk-
Because I want you to be here and I want to talk about it next Friday. Like, that's
All
a
right,
whole
so-
show. We got 20 minutes left. And you want to talk about coochie credit, and I want to
Yeah,
talk about
coochie
that
credit.
because it's dope. But I want to talk about that next
Yes, we need
Friday.
you here, Robin, for that.
All right, well, set it up, bro.
Okay.
Definitely.
No, like talk about it. We'll leave it alone, and then we'll pick it up. So, what's coochie credit?
So
Oh,
yeah,
what was-
coochie credit is basically what it's what the value of your coochie is, as in a trade or an exchange. For instance, right? If I take you to White Castle, right? What type of coochie credit does that get me, right? Does that get me like a finger popping? Do I get a kiss on the cheek, right? If I take you to a steakhouse, is that a full-blown like threesome that we can get into? Like coochie credit, where's the value, right? Where's the value?
Listen.
And what creates the value of the market?
Right. So I want to see a spreadsheet with the debits and credits of what action and the monetary value of that action based on the woman.
I'm saddened about that picture, that question. You know what I'm saying? I'm very saddened about that question because vagina is now becoming the new penis, right? They say penis is a commodity. Penis is everywhere. vagina is becoming a commodity. If we can ask that question, right? Old school, they say you have a diamond in between your legs, no negotiation, right? A diamond can be priceless. A diamond could be worth a lot of money, right? But if you have a diamond between your legs, there's no negotiation. Now we're treating vagina like it's cryptocurrency. Because we choose what the value is. If I say, women vagina is worth 39 cents today, and a collective would agree, then the stock on vagina is gonna drop.
Right.
Then now if you want a man, you're gonna settle for IHOP. You're gonna settle for the Applebee's, and you're giving it up because collectively vagina is 39 cents, right? But now if collectively we're gonna say, hey, vagina now is worth $150, then we can go to Fogo de Chow's, we can go to Peter Luger's, you know what I'm saying, and we can understand that vagina is worth that much money. I think we shouldn't stop putting prices on it because it gets very dangerous. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yes, let me interrupt you. That is too late. That ship has sailed when OnlyFans came out, and they was popping that peace sleeve for $4.99.
Well, you know what? I agree with that. You know what I'm saying? But I think they were selling an experience. I think OnlyFans is like the Peep Show. So definitely in the Peep Show, they set their own prices. It used to be 25 cents. It went to 45 cents, $1.06, because I definitely went there.
Okay,
to
Jeff.
Peep. You know what I'm saying? I'm a freak. You know what I'm saying? I love vagina. I love it in all shapes and sizes.
If the peace sleeve is abundant, of course, the market drives the price down.
Right, definitely. But, just like when the stock drops, cryptocurrency goes up. So if with OnlyFans, absolutely. Yeah. But also, are you trying to say there's inflation on vagina now? Is there a clitoral inflation going on?
Only on the real discussion, right? Where we equate cryptocurrency to vaginas.
Is there clitoral inflation?
It's got to be a price to earnings ratio, and there has to be some benchmarking here.
Absolutely.
But we'll talk about that next week.
Yeah, next week we're going to get into that.
On the real discussion.
We're right to carry facts.
Vagina values. Vagina values coming at you.
Word. And Lady says, is the coochie sloppy? So that, I guess that determines the value. A lot of, So yeah, you know what?
We'll talk about that next week. That's what
we're going to do next week. So next week's title will say, what did you call it, Robin?
Oh, coochie credit.
Coochie credits. We're going to talk about coochie credits next Friday.
And also, just to recap from what you guys were talking about, I wanted to chime in on the COVID vaccine.
Yeah.
I forgot which one of the viewers said why they only giving it to wealthy countries as the boost.
Right, the booster shot. Yeah.
All right, and I'll tell you why. And Jeff is right. It does have something to do with money, but not on the local scale or on the national scale. This is an international thing.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. The IMF had a meeting last week.
See, Robin, know what's up.
The IMF had a meeting last week, and usually, the IMF, first of all, is based in Washington, D.C., which I find amazing. Yeah. But the IMF had a meeting last week, and the G8, the top countries in the world, had to sit down and talk about global trade because global trade has slowed down. Mm-hmm. And because of the coronavirus, a lot of developing countries where we're getting all of our stuff from is pretty much shutting down because of this variant, allegedly. So to make up for the cost, the U.S. has to pay more money to offset those costs. So the U.S. was paying at least 4% of the whole world GDP, and now we have to pay almost 6%. So the U.S. is like, nah, bro. If we got to pay this much money to stop this spread, everybody's got to get vaccinated.
Yes.
That's what's happening. They're forcing the vaccination so that they can conduct business overseas, internationally.
And to piggyback on what you're saying, there's this on I call it Haitian WhatsApp because this is where all of us get our news. We get our news before the United States. Shout out to WhatsApp, by the way. They were saying that a part of the assassination of Jovenel Moïse in Haiti was because he did not want the influx of vaccination. Because what was the spread of vaccination in Haiti? You know what I'm saying? We out there We hungry. It's hot as hell. We ain't got time for COVID. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they said that after, his assassination, there was a sudden influx of COVID vaccine delivery. So it was business as usual, and he didn't want it.
Yep.
Why would you give a vaccine to people who don't want the vaccine, people who are disenfranchised? You know what I'm saying? Especially the numbers of vaccines spreading isn't as much as everywhere else.
I was going to ask you, what was the virus spread in Haiti?
It was minimal. It was very minimal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whereas, if you want to call it a third world country, India is a third world country, right?
Right.
India is running rampant. India is being demolished by COVID. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So what's the difference? In Haiti, and Haiti is not being taken like that. You know what I'm saying? So COVID is a whole money thing. You know what I'm saying? There's no more real money in war. That style is over.
Exactly.
So shooting missiles and Hiroshima, Nagasaki, those things are not happening again. You know what I'm saying? We need to preserve the earth and just kill the people. And how we're going to kill the people? The new war is being fought digitally. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
by hacking,
bioweapons.
and then the bioweapons.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that is something. And when I call it war, it's war against humanity, not war against each other. Because globally, a lot of people is making money globally off this COVID thing. You know what I'm saying? And the Delta variant is just a boost in the money, and that's what it is. And a lot of people, we can say, even here on the ground, more people has made money during COVID than people has lost money. You know what I'm saying? And those who lost their lives, their loved ones, I'm sorry. Those who lost their jobs, I'm sorry. For those who faced tragedy. But there's a majority of people that made more money during COVID, more opportunities than this thing. So that's trickling down to the ground. Imagine what's on top. Imagine what the movers and shakers. They're making money hand over fist. Their next 2, 3, 4 generations is secured for our lives. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And also, when I was at work today, outside of talking about Cuomo, we were also talking about
Hold
the
on,
vaccine.
Robin, for 1 second. I just got to acknowledge this because this is from Twitch. Freaky NL says, "Hey, what's up, Freak? What's it? Freak Izzle. Says, "Hey," and he's on Twitch. That's Freak Izzle.
All right.
Yes,
Well,
go ahead.
shout out to him.
Shout out to Freak
check-in.
Izzle. Yeah, on Twitch.
Right.
So,
Thank you, Freak.
another topic we covered was, we always ask about the vaccine mandates because, New York State employees are being mandated in certain places, in certain, establishments.
Yeah.
To come back to work vaccinated. So I'm like, well, let me ask the question because I've been reading in the news. Okay. I've been reading in the news that even if you get vaccinated, you can still contract COVID.
Absolutely.
Right,
So what are the stopgaps? And they're saying that once you get the vaccine and you show the card,
Right.
then you don't need to take the test. And I'm like, how is that possible? When people who are getting vaccinated are still getting COVID.
Yeah.
Well, because
How are
it's not a virus, right? You can either kill a virus, and to kill a virus, you have to kill the host too. You know what I'm saying? You have to fight the virus a different way. And the science is they developed this thing because COVID didn't come out of nobody's ass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no
they
doubt.
developed it. So if you develop it, just like, in the movies where you have this crime syndicate that has this one vial of some red juice that's going to kill the world at 6 p.m. And Jack Bauer has to come somewhere and save the day. And the killers, when they make this thing, right, they make the virus, and what's on the other box? The antidote. Right? So you're not going to make a virus and not have the antidote because you have to protect yourself and your family, right?
Right.
So they do that so they can fight it the long way, like AIDS. You know what I'm saying? How long did AIDS last? The pharmaceuticals have to make money off of it.
Right.
So it's just like the construction workers in New York City. You could finish the job in 6 months, but you drag the damn thing a year and a half, so I can't get parking on my block, goddammit. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, if you want to make it short, right?
Okay.
The money, it got personal for Jeff. The thing is, the money isn't in the cure.
No,
you
the
gotta
money's not
relax.
in the cure.
The money's not in the cure. The money is in maintenance.
It's in the treatment.
It's
Yeah.
in the treatment, not in the cure. So that's what
Absolutely.
it is. Guys, I'm ready to punch out. It is 10 after 9.
Yes.
Freak Izzle said that's just poopycock.
Poppycock.
Coronavirus is not man-made virus. Loving your podcast. A global reset. That's what Lay says.
Definitely.
And so on and so forth. And Freak Izzle, just giving you a shout out once again for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. We have a lot of subjects that we talk about here on The Real Discussion, and we come on every Friday between 7 o'clock and 9 o'clock standard Eastern time. I'm not sure.
Right.
It looks like you might be in the Netherlands or something.
Yes, that's what NL stands for, yeah.
Right. So that's it. So, and I guess it's like the AM for you guys over there, but we do this every Friday night, 7 to 9. So make sure you tune in. Tomorrow we have Mi Gente Mi People is back with our homegirl Claudia Perez. She's missed 2 weeks, but she's been out in the field and she's been advocating.
She's been doing her thing.
Yeah, and sometimes you can't do the show and advocate at the same time.
Absolutely.
We're having a big party in the middle of Washington projects on 2nd Avenue coming up in September. I'll keep you guys in tune to that. We're bringing out the huge sound system, probably a couple of performances, and I'll keep you posted
Thursday,
on that.
September 2nd at 3 p.m.
Yeah, where are we doing that at?
George Washington Houses. Bring your family. There's games, there's prizes, there's book bag giveaways, service, education, and training, and more. And if you want to sign up for it, just look us up. And it's presented by the Washington Houses Residential Council.
Yeah, and I'll be there providing the music for part of the day, and I'm bringing out part of the... Matter of fact, I'm going to get my shit off. I'm going to tell you the truth.
All right.
I'm bringing all of my speakers out that day.
All right.
Because I want to light up the whole... I want to light it up from 94th Street to 125th.
All right.
So I'm bringing out all my stuff that day to Washington Houses. So that's a big shout out to you guys.
Definitely.
Tomorrow night, Lay says... I need Robin for next week. Robin, you see it in the chat. Make sure you get a hold of Lays because you're going to go on the Raw Perspective with Lays in the morning.
All right.
Friday.
You got to send me the link. I need the link.
All right. I got it. I'm going to link you guys up.
Okay.
Sunday, we're back with the conversation with Hip Hop Boulevard.
Absolutely.
And that's at 2 o'clock on Sunday afternoon, 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time with Al Pizarro, Ty Dre, Gary Fax, and myself. We talk about all things hip hop, and I'm sure we're going to continue the conversation about the slaughter that happened in Madison Square Garden. After that, then we have the One Night Show coming on at 4 o'clock, where we talk about everything about New York City Housing Authority. We're merging actually with a national organization to take this thing nationally. So that's kind of a big thing. We had a big meeting about that yesterday.
Round of applause for that.
Round of applause. So we're all coming together on that thing to really take this NYCHA situation, all the way, to on a national level, because it is a national crisis that's going on. It's not just New York that's suffering, New York City housing. It's all over the country. RAD is for the country. The blueprint is about the country. So we're merging with a national organization, and I'll let you guys know momentarily once everything is all solidified. So that's what's happening this weekend on Boardwalk Global Media Podcast. That's what's going on. Gary looks like he wants to say something.
Yeah. I just wanted to talk about the Hip Hop Boulevard and Humanity Coalition Hip Hop Health Panel.
When is that?
It's tomorrow, August 7th. It's from 9 a.m. to 12 noon. It's free admission, free breakfast.
Good.
And it's at Bronx Connect. It's 432 East 149th
Street.
Right.
Yep.
149th Street in the Bronx, the second floor.
All right, beautiful.
Come out for that.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what Al and I'm doing. What's up?
Right, and I just thank everybody for tuning in with us.
Is Prospectively Yours coming on this week?
Yes,
by the way?
yeah. We missed last week.
Yeah, you got to check with Jeff.
I know. We missed last week because my co-host, she had to do some things, and I had to continue my training. You know what I'm saying, for my certifications with the city.
Okay.
But yes, Prospectively Yours will be here on Sunday, 6:30 p.m. We have a lot of poignant topics. We have topics that you're uncomfortable to talk about. We're going to hear to talk about. Okay, so we all going to pull our pants down and show each other's our fronts.
There you go.
And then we're going to turn around and bend over and show you our assholes. So join us on Prospectively Yours.
And that's 6:30.
Sunday.
6:30 on Sunday. I might actually hang out for that one. I don't know.
All right.
Because you guys be having some good topics when I'm in the chat room. It's always exciting.
Well, you gonna show some butts? You gonna show some butts?
I am not.
We may show some dingleberries. We may show some. Listen, we bear it all.
Robin, the last time I showed my butt, it popped off in the chat room. I don't know about that time. But I got up to go to the bathroom. My crack popped out, and I was like, oh, my God. Religious people.
You do have a long crack there, buddy.
Well,
Yeah.
Hit the Cash App for Rock's Crack. Okay, it's not
Exactly.
free.
There it is. Boardwalk, you hear that, right? Cash App. Boardwalk Podcast. And you can just kind of donate. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is called Groovy Track. Subscribe there, because really, I want to get off this Facebook bullshit.
Right.
No, bullshit. Fuck it. Bullshit. I want to get off this Facebook bullshit.
Monetize the page. You got monetize the page.
Right.
I don't see
So we want to.
When I'm on Groovy Track, I don't see that money thing to donate.
Yeah. So we want
Definitely.
to. We want to move out of the Facebook realm and kind of move to something else. So, guys, I will see you personally tomorrow at 2:00 with Claudia, and I will see you Sunday.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I'll be with you guys all weekend. That's what it looks like for me.
All right.
I'm punching out, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Bye.
See you later.